Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. A problem arises at Steffi's anniversary. Finn demands to see Luna in prison. Discloses that John Finnegan's wish to visit Luna Nozawa in prison caused a snag in Steffi Forrester's anniversary. Poppy Nozawa reminded Finn at the hospital not to disclose his fatherhood to anybody. After leaving Poppy, Finn went straight to the prison to meet Luna, but the guard there denied that she was there. Finn questioned whether Luna had been moved to a different prison, but the official dismissed that theory. But he did acknowledge that Luna was still a prisoner in the system, so Finn was left perplexed and without any concrete answers. After that, Poppy called Finn and told him she didn't know where Luna was either. Poppy also had one final opportunity to beg Finn to be quiet during that call. Steffi went home after seeing Ridge Forrester and lighted candles for her intimate anniversary celebration with Finn. Steffi once tripped on a night toy and had a flashback to the time Finn saved her from Luna, when he was her shining knight. Steffi was taken aback when Finn arrived home since he was later than she had anticipated. Although Finn was contrite and obviously upset, Steffi made an effort to comfort him of all they had conquered, including Sheila Sharp and Luna. Despite Steffi's forecast that nothing could separate them, Finn plucked up the courage to tell her what he wanted to say. Bill Spencer was worried about Luna's near miss with Will Spencer and Electra Forrester earlier at the Spencer mansion, but she tried to calm him down. Luna ran to the balcony and hid as Liam Spencer arrived, and Liam again questioned Bill about his reasons for becoming so withdrawn. Considering that Luna the monster had imprisoned Steffi in a cage just months prior, Liam also noted Steffi's anniversary and expressed his happiness for her. Around the corner, Luna listened and appeared offended over Liam's disparaging remarks about her. Carter Walton considered using the LLC documents to trick Steffi and Ridge into ceding control of Forrester Creations. Carter appeared to be beginning to feel guilty. When Brooke Logan reached the Forrester estate, she updated Ridge on her attempts to contact Carter. Despite her hurt with Ridge's quick switch to Taylor Hayes, Brooke emphasized her strong bond with Ridge and her willingness to fight for it, at least for the time being. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke may change her viewpoint as the plot develops, so check in to find out what her romantic future entails. Finn chooses whether to tell Steffi about Luna's confession. According to Monday, February 10th spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, John Finnegan will choose whether or not to tell Steffi Forrester about Luna Nozawa. At the end of Friday's B&B episode, Finn appeared somewhat emotional as he acknowledged that he had a message for Steffi. It appeared as though Finn was prepared to reveal the details of his passionate night with Poppy Nozawa years prior, which led to the conception of Luna Nozawa. Finn might, however, ultimately choose to postpone or even cancel his confession. Does he really want to ruin the event by confessing that he is the father of the crazy person who put Steffi in a cage? After all, it's Finn and Steffi's anniversary. However, Steffi still needs to hear something else, and it might ruin the party. Finn might just admit that he visited the prison and discovered Luna was no longer there. Steffi might be worried about it, but at least Finn is aware that she is still incarcerated somewhere. Finn may conceal the remaining Luna news for the time being, but he will undoubtedly need to explain why he felt the need to see Luna. He will keep telling Liam Spencer at Bill Spencer's that everything is alright and that he shouldn't be concerned. Liam's suspicions may be heightened if he feels that Bill is attempting to hurry him away. Luna might be discovered by Liam because she is outside on the balcony. Bill's son might have the shock of his life if he is unable to stop Liam from going out there. In any event, darkness has fallen in Los Angeles, and significant narrative developments frequently occur at that time. Stay in for more predictions on all the Luna mayhem, as Liam may make a stunning discovery at the Spencer house. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, the entire house arrest issue is still going to throw some curveballs, so keep checking back for more details on all the action. Steffi's anniversary, Justin's update, and Finn's prison discovery is at last here. It's Steffi Forrester Finnegan's anniversary in today's episode. However, everything could be ruined by the revelation about Luna Nozawa. In addition, Ridge Forrester gets an update on the takeover from Justin Barber. The debate with Carter Walton. Carter Walton and Brooke Logan continue to argue over the takeover at Forrester Creations. Brooke keeps stating that Ridge and Eric Forrester's absence is incorrect. Carter concurs, adding that things haven't gone exactly as planned. However, Carter finds it surprising that Ridge returned to Taylor Hayes so quickly. Brooke acknowledges that incident caught her off guard as well. Ridge felt deceived when Brooke assumed the role of CEO, according to Brooke. Carter questions whether Ridge has any chance. Carter sits at his large desk and ponders after Brooke left. Carter recalls tricking STEFFY and Ridge into signing the LLC paperwork. Justin provides Ridge with information regarding the LLC over at Eric's house. In theory, everything Carter did was lawful. Has this conversation not been heard before? STEFFY doesn't give up after Ridge hangs off. STEFFY argues that Daphne Rose will find it simple to stand in between Carter and Hope Logan. Additionally, STEFFY believes that they must figure out how to persuade Carter that Logan ladies have brainwashed him. STEFFY acknowledges that the reunion of her parents was the one positive aspect of this takeover. The appeal of Brooke Logan. Brooke arrives at Eric's mansion after dropping Carter off at Forrester Creations. Ridge lets Baroque know that Donna Logan isn't present. Brooke is there to see Ridge, not to see Donna. Brooke is certain that he still cares about her and that she still loves him. Brooke begs Ridge to keep them united despite the takeover. Brooke is told by Ridge that she is the enemy. Brooke is adamant that she is beginning to connect with Carter. Ridge mentions how his best friend defrauded and humiliated him. Brooke says that Ridge's turn to Taylor harmed her. Brooke is prepared to defend Ridge. Brooke, please stop, this isn't empowering at all. The visit of John Finnegan to the prison. John Finnegan and Penelope Poppy Nozawa are still at the hospital, arguing over what to do. Poppy is adamant that Finn cannot be honest with anyone. Their lives will be ruined. Finn storms from the door and makes his way to the jail. The warden responds that although Luna is not there, she is still a part of the jail system when Finn wants to see her. When Finn hears it, he phones Poppy and asks where Luna is. Poppy admits to Finn that she is unsure. Bill Spencer advises Luna that she must remain hidden in today's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Nobody can be aware of her presence. Bill advises Luna to use greater caution when his kid is there. Luna hides when she hears a commotion outdoors. Liam Spencer walks in and gives his dad a hug. Following their business conversation, Bill expresses his pride in Liam. Liam mentions Bill's remote work. Bill said he will visit the office at some point this week. Liam and Bill decide to take the kids boating this weekend while Luna listens. They talk about Steffi's impending anniversary as well. Liam talks about Luna, the psycho. The anniversary of Steffi Forrester Finnegan. Steffi remembers her marriage proposal at the Cliff home. Steffi observes that Finn is arriving home later than normal. Finn enters as Steffi prepares the space for their anniversary. Finn looks distressed. It's their anniversary, Steffi reminds the nice doctor. Finn completely forgot. He protected her from Loony Luna, Steffi reminds Finn. Nothing is spoken by Finn. Steffi is curious as to what's going on. Although Finn has a confession to make, he would sacrifice everything for Steffi and the children. Poppy had always been the type to require authority. It was more than simply a preference, it was an obsession that controlled every aspect of her life. Poppy thrived in structure and power, whether it was arranging the books on her shelf in a precise alphabetical order, controlling the discourse among her friends, or making sure that every plan went according to her plan. And she became even more obsessed with control when it came to Finn. Unassuming yet unavoidable, Finn had come into her life like a silent storm. He was charming in a reckless manner, the type of person who seemed to always find his feet despite living life without a clear strategy. It enraged Poppy as much as it captivated her. How was it possible for someone to live so carelessly and still be all right? Finn just existing, rolling with the punches as though life itself bowed to his will, whereas she had spent years carefully planning her existence to make sure nothing was left to chance. She had initially convinced herself that she was only attempting to assist him. She had the foresight and tenacity to lead Finn toward something bigger because he lacked direction. She told herself that by taking him under her wing and teaching him how to organize his life, she was doing him a service. She called attention to his shortcomings in an effort to assist him get better, not to pass judgment. Subtle at first, her ideas quickly became into expectations. He thrived if he followed them. She would somehow persuade him to see reason if he resisted. Her ability to persuade had always been evident, and Finn was no different. It began modestly, suggestions about novels he should read, advice on what to wear, and reminders to get up earlier. Then the larger things arrived. She urged him to switch careers and break up relationships with friends who, in her opinion, were impeding his progress. She started directing his choices and molding his environment to suit her preferences. Finn didn't appear to mind at first. While he frequently chuckled and referred to her as bossy, he generally cooperated. Poppy interpreted that as an indication that he needed her and acknowledged her correctness. Cracks then started to appear. Finn began to retaliate in little ways, refusing to follow her well-thought-out plans, ignoring her texts, and making decisions without first consulting her. He appeared aloof and disconnected rather than enraged. Poppy was unable to comprehend it. She had provided him with stability and direction, which he had never experienced before. He was pulling away, but why? She grew more frantic to reclaim control the more he refused. She began to show up without warning, make plans for him without asking, and gently sway conversations to make him feel bad for not following her example. She used the pretext of care to defend everything. She cherished him. Her primary goal was to assist him in becoming the finest version of himself. Finn, however, wasn't a project. He wasn't a plan to be carried out or a riddle to be answered. He was an individual, untamed, capricious, and exasperatingly self-sufficient. Then he finally had enough. Finn eventually uttered the words she had been dreading one evening as they were seated across from one another in the dim light of a peaceful cafe. "Poppy, I can't do this anymore." Her fingers clenched around her cup as she blinked. "Do what?" "This," he said in a hazy gesture between them. "Us. Whatever this has become. I feel like I can't breathe around you. Like every decision I make has to go through you first, like I'm not even me anymore." Poppy felt a knot in her stomach. "That's not true. I just want what's best for you." Finn's face was unreadable as he shook his head. "Maybe. But you're not letting me decide what's best for me. You're trying to control me, Poppy. And I can't live like that." The words came more forcefully than she had anticipated, causing a searing anguish in her chest. She desired to debate, to refute it, to convince him that she was correct and that he was in need of her. However, she realized she had already lost him as she gazed into his eyes, which were firm, resigned, and exhausted. Poppy was powerless for the first time in a long time. She was also frightened. Luna's potential next victim could be Will. Although there were many unsettling stories in Hollow's End, the story of Luna Morgan was by far the most horrifying. Stories of her retaliation echoed through the neighborhoods for years, frightening the bones of even the most doubtful residents. Luna, who had been falsely accused of witchcraft centuries before, was rumored to still wander the town and exact revenge on the descendants of those who had condemned her to the fire. Will Carter didn't think curses or ghosts existed. Growing up in Hollow's End, he was a practical man in his late 20s who had always written off the stories as folklore. Until the indications began to surface, that is. It was subtle at first. His bedroom window, which was bolted shut, creaked open in the middle of the night, shadows flashed where they shouldn't have, and odd symbols emerged in the frost on his windshield. Then the dreams started. Every night, he was stranded in a pitch-black forest with whispers filling the air and a figure, clad in ragged black robes and with silver glow eyes, pursuing him through the trees. Luna. He carried the uneasiness into the real world. Will quickly discovered that he wasn't the only one who felt this fear. He thought back to the stories of others who had gone before him, names spoken in whispers at the diner, people who had died in weird ways, disappeared without a trace, or suffered from inexplicable mishaps. One thing united them all: they were descended from the original town council that had issued the order for Luna's execution. Will did the same. He went to see Eleanor Hawthorne, the local historian, who was elderly and desperate for answers. Books were piled high in her house, and the dust danced in the afternoon sun's golden beams. Eleanor's gaze was unreadable as she looked at Will through her glasses. Her voice was scarcely audible above a whisper as she spoke. You feel it now, don't you? The weight of the past. The sins of your ancestors do not rest easy. Will shuddered. How do I stop it? With a sigh, Eleanor opened a book that was bound in leather. Luna's rage is tied to the land where she died. You must go there, confront her spirit, and offer a binding plea. She paused. But be warned, she does not take kindly to those who bear the blood of her tormentors. Many have tried. None have returned. Will's thoughts were racing when he left Eleanor's house. He may either confront Luna or be cursed by her. He went to the ancient gallows field where Luna had been hanged that night, carrying a flashlight and a protective amulet Eleanor had given him. As he approached, his breath created little clouds in the chilly air. As he entered the overgrown area, a wind howled through the trees. Then the murmurs started. A chorus of pain and rage, they slithered through the night air. Will's ears throbbed with his heartbeat. He pushed ahead till he was in the middle of the field. Luna, he cried, sounding more composed than he actually felt. I know why you haunt this town. I know the pain you endured. But this has to end. Quiet. Then the temperature fell sharply. She appeared as a form in front of him. Morgan Luna. Her visage was a mask of grief and rage, and her silver eyes pierced his soul. Her voice reverberated strangely as she snarled, You were the face of my executioners, you carry their blood. Why should I spare you? Will took a deep breath. Because I am not them. Because I want to make this right. Doubt began to creep into Luna's ghostly features as her expression wavered. You cannot erase the past. Their betrayal runs deep. He took a shuddering step closer and said, But I can acknowledge it. I can ensure your story is never forgotten. That your name is spoken not with fear, but with truth. Let me do that, Luna. Let me free you. The world froze for a second. Then a chilly wind whirled about Will as Luna held up a hand. His bones ached sharply, like if history itself were grabbing hold of him. Then the cold vanished as abruptly as it had appeared. Luna's eyes became softer. Go, Will Carter. Tell my story. Ensure no one suffers as I did. Then her shape vanished into the darkness. The murmurs stopped. The air got warmer. Will was aware that the curse had been broken. He also pledged to honor his word as he left the gallows field. The village awoke the following morning to a surprise. The old stone plaque by the courthouse, which had previously been blank, now read Luna Morgan, forever remembered. And Hollow's End experienced calm for the first time in millennia. Lee was duped, Shin was screwed, and Carter's redemptive action. Here are the spoilers for Monday, February 10th, 2025's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans may anticipate John Finnegan debating what to do in the upcoming episode. Finn must deal with Lee Finnegan in the interim, who believes she is aware of what is happening. Additionally, Hope Logan receives a challenging request from Carter Walton. Let's discuss what will happen in the upcoming episode of the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Nozawa Poppy's caution. Following a paternity test, fans watched as Finn faced Penelope Poppy Nozawa. Finn's first impulse is to be honest with everyone. But Poppy warned Finn that he would destroy their lives together. Finn was also reminded by Poppy that he has a happy marriage and children. John Finnegan's discussion. Steffi Forrester Finnegan is aware that something is wrong, despite the fact that Finn is faced with a moral conundrum. Finn is so obsessed with the problem that he even forgot it was their anniversary. Finn stated that he had something to share with Steffi at the conclusion of Friday's B&B program. But soap operas often provide the impression that a character is going to confess, just to have them back out. Lee Finnegan was tricked. Finn won't have to break the fatherhood news to Steffi alone. Lee can tell that Finn is thinking about something in a preview clip. Lee admits to Finn that she is aware. Finn is taken aback by this, but Lee's apparent composure is a clear sign that she is mistaken. Lee cannot yet be aware of Finn and Poppy. Perhaps Lee believes Poppy is assisting Finn in organizing his anniversary to Steffi. If Lee knew the truth, she wouldn't be so composed. The redemptive request of Carter Walton. According to spoilers, Carter on The Bold and the Beautiful asks Hope for something that isn't doable. Carter requests that Hope apologize to Ridge Forrester and Steffi. Hope is shocked by the request and finds it hard to comprehend that this is actually happening. Carter makes an effort to clarify that he finds it difficult to accept what has been done. But why is Hope expressing regret rather than Carter? Would there be any meaningful change if Hope followed Carter's instructions? The Forrester family apparently no longer wants an explanation or even an apology. To regain their firm, the Forresters will stop at nothing to achieve their goal.